that way. Jose Mourinho is now the manager of Tottenham Hotspur, and we haven't spoken about it. We spoke about it maybe on last week's Extra, that it was a possibility Poch could be sacked. But I think our question was who would come in, and it seems like Daniel Levy already had the answer to that question. So although we've already kind of talked about it on your YouTube channel, if you could just give us your initial thoughts of Mourinho as Tottenham manager, and then maybe we can get into the West Ham game.
I'm shocked. Did not see this coming out at all. Personally, I'm happy because one of the greatest gifts that has been given to football has returned. So for my personal excitement and enjoyment, it is great to see him back. But I do believe that it's a bad fit. Ultimately, it is not really going to bear fruit. And I don't see him winning a trophy with his Tottenham side. But I'll also add that I do admire the fact that he took this job, that he waited, and because it's a challenge. Because Mourinho is about winning a trophy, and I don't think Tottenham have it in their DNA to win a trophy. So if he's able to win a trophy with Tottenham for however long he stays there, because he will eventually leave or get sacked, give him the Nobel Peace Prize. Give the Nobel Peace Prize, because that would be an incredible human achievement if he's able to win a trophy with these guys. So, but I just don't see it happening. So I'm just going to enjoy him as long as it lasts, because it's going to last a short amount of time. I give this 3 years max.
What if I told you I think this is a good fit?
You think it's a good fit?
He has Kane, Son, Ali. Maybe he can get Eriksen to stay. He seems to like Lucas Moura, which is good. There's Lamela if he wants him. So he has the attacking talent to score goals. Basically, the idea that, Carl, I have kind of suggested over the course of this podcast is that Mourinho doesn't really coach the offensive third. He doesn't see that as necessary. But what he does do is he's very particular about his midfield choices, and he will sort of defense. All Mourinho has to do is bring defensive stability, even more so than what was there under Pochettino. In theory, Tottenham should get wins because they'll score goals and they won't concede them. And if that's the case, I think they can score enough goals and Mourinho can make them better defensively to the point in which they win a trophy. And all Mourinho has to do is win one trophy, and this is a success. It's a genius move, because when Mourinho went to Manchester United, the idea of winning a trophy, you don't get credit for it.
It's expected. It's expected.
Right. So it's like, we've won the Premier League 13 times. We've won the Champions League, I think, twice under Sir Alex Ferguson. We've won however many FA Cups. I don't know if they won the League Cup. I'm pretty sure they did a few times. But, we've won so much over the course of our history that when a manager comes, if you don't win, it's kind of, Van Gaal won the FA Cup and got sacked. If Mourinho wins an FA Cup for Tottenham, he's automatically like in their top 5 managers of all time or something like that. You know what I mean?
But what I would respond to that is that I believe that the task of winning a trophy with Tottenham was far harder than trying to take Manchester United back to being a competitive big team.
No.
Look, man, let's be real.
Mourinho at United was working with
Tottenham in this Premier League. As long as Pep and Klopp are there, they can't win the Premier League with Pep on them.
You don't need to win the Premier League. You just need to win an FA Cup. That's it.
But see, I was about to get there. With regards to the FA Cup, Pep's squad is so good, and he's so obsessed with winning every trophy, stupidly, because really, bro, it's actually about the Champions League. If Tottenham meets Man City in an FA Cup, they're not beating Man City in an FA Cup game. I don't think they can. If, let's say, Man City get beat by another team, maybe. But if Tottenham have to beat Man City at any point during the FA Cup, they'll get beat.
Maybe you can't beat Manchester City and Liverpool over the course of 38 games. Fine. Who can? But the idea that they can't be beaten in a one-off cup game, I feel like you can do that. If Spurs can knock out Manchester City in the Champions League, I'm pretty sure they can do it in an FA Cup game.
No. Like a one-off game is different. I'll give you that.
And like in a one-off game, I feel like Mourinho can just sprinkle a little magic and, just do something that you might not expect. Obviously, over the course of 38 games, like nobody's going to touch the two that are there. But in a one-off cup game, I feel like Mourinho's always good. He's good money. So they played West Ham in the first game, and it's like that's like an ideal game to start because West Ham are pretty bummy right now. I'll assume you watched the game. Did you see anything differently than what Poch did and what Mourinho did? Like, are you seeing signs of Mourinho already, or is it kind of too early to tell because he was there for like 2 days?
It's a bit too early to tell. Obviously, the biggest thing was Ali and Lucas Moura. I think that he's going to try and use Ali as his Wesley Sneijder stroke 2012 Ozil, and Harry Kane to be like his Diego Milito. So he's trying to work a thing with Kane and Ali working with each other to try and.
If he tries to make Dele Alli Wesley Sneijder, that's not going to work.
Nope.
Or Ozil, that's not going to work.
And also starting Lucas Moura. Maybe he believes more in Lucas Moura than thinking does. But I think tactically, though, I do feel that maybe what I saw the early signs of is them being more structural. Because I was hearing the commentators say that, I think Tottenham used to pass the ball around the back a lot more. But with Mourinho, he just wants that ball to go long. So they're much more direct in what they want to do. So boom, give it to Ali, give it to Son, give it back to Ali, try a through ball for Kane, keep making those runs, because Kane, if you keep making those runs, they'll keep trying to find you. So there's far less fluff with regards to just trying to get the ball into that 18-yard box and trying to get it to Kane. So I think he's going to work a lot with getting Kane as many chances as possible, because I think what I always said that Mourinho never had at United is an amazing finisher. He's always had an amazing finisher, whether you want to say Falcao or Benjamin McCarthy at FC Porto, Drogba for Chelsea, Cristiano for Real Madrid, Milito for Inter Milan. He's always had like a really good finisher. And I think if you give Mourinho, because I remember there were many times for Man United where Mourinho was like, my God, look at how many chances that we're creating, but we just can't put away these chances. So, and I would say that the manager has done his job when his team are creating chances. If the team are not putting away the chances, that's not the manager's fault. That's the player's fault. The manager doesn't do his job when his team are not creating chances. The job of the manager is, I'm going to create a strategy where you can create opportunities and chances. You now have to put them away.
Harry Kane is Harry Kane, so I don't think he needs to do anything with him other than maybe protect him from himself. So like if Harry Kane has an ankle injury and he's willing to play, I know it's in Mourinho's kind of psyche to like, okay, he wants to play, I'm going to play him. But maybe there'll be instances over the course of the next 3 years where Mourinho needs to tell Harry Kane, hey, chill. Don't take the pain-killing injection. Don't play this week. So I think that's the only work he's going to have to do with Kane is just keeping him fit. But if you look at Ali, he's already starting kind of Lampard 2.0. So if you know the story of like when Jose Mourinho shows up to Chelsea in 2004 and I think they're in America in preseason, and Lampard's taking a shower, and Jose Mourinho goes into the shower and tells Frank Lampard, who's like butt-ass naked, you are the greatest midfielder in the world, and I want you in my team, and you're going to be, one of the best in the world. Woo, woo, woo. And he just gasses Lampard's head to the point where Lampard then indeed becomes one of the best midfielders in the world. I feel like his rhetoric so far on Dele Alli is kind of trying to gas his head up to like, I want you to be back to the best, and you have the capability of being one of the best midfielders in the world. Woo, woo, woo. I feel like he's starting that process again. If you look at any player that has kind of those Lampard qualities in terms of like late runs in the box, goals from midfield, the Englishness, all that kind of stuff, like Dele Alli isn't too far away from that. Obviously, he's not to that level, but I can see how Mourinho might see, oh, that's kind of similar. This guy can score goals from midfield. He can see a through ball. He's not gifted necessarily athletically, but he's serviceable enough. He sees the similarity there, and he's going to try to do something with him. So that's one. The next program he has to run, I would assume, is making Heung-min Son a counter-attacking weapon, kind of like what he did with Ronaldo at Real Madrid.
So you don't think he'll use him as like a left back?
In certain games, of course, he's going to want the whole team to defend, 4-5-1 and, just shut up shop. But generally speaking, I feel like he's going to try to make Son the focal point of the attack in the way that he did with Ronaldo in like 2010 through 2013, basically. The one thing I would like to see is when Ndombele